Component 8 that's important for a butterfly habitat is diversity of plants. We don't want to grow a monoculture because just like in nature, if there's only one kind of plant, it's only helpful to the insects that use that one kind of plant. So we want a combination of host plants for the caterpillars to eat and nectar plants for the adult butterflies to drink from. Remember, if we want to cater to all stages of life, we have to intentionally cater to both of those stages. Some host plants make flowers that butterflies drink from, but not necessarily all of them do. Remember, we said different butterflies use different types of host plants. So some of the host plants might not make a flower, which is why you want to intentionally plant nectar sources separately from your host plants. Wildflowers are not necessarily host plants, but they do make for great nectar sources. And of course, when you're planting wildflowers, you're going to attract other pollinators too, like bees, wasps, flies, beetles. This will help build an entire ecosystem in your garden, which is a good thing. I haven't said too much about this yet, but many butterflies use weeds as their host plants. They use pellitory, Spanish needles, plantain, which are in the picture here. Some butterflies use thistles and stinging nettles. Actually, really common butterflies use plants that humans generally think of as weeds. And it makes sense if you think about it, because if they were going to be surviving for, however long they've been around without us, they were surviving on weeds. Weeds are a great plant for them to survive on because they proliferate easily and there's plenty of them to go around. I know that's backwards from how we usually think, because a lot of times as gardeners we don't want weeds in the garden. But I want to suggest to you that weeds are in the eye of the beholder. And after you do some research regarding your butterfly garden, you will learn that many weeds are host plants for some of your local butterflies. I mentioned Queen Anne's lace, but many other weeds in your area are sure to be host plants for some of your local butterflies. So that brings up the question, should you be removing these weeds from your landscape? Because removing them is actually subtracting butterfly habitat. This is a really hard thing for a lot of people to wrap their brains around because we've been so indoctrinated about what is or isn't a weed. But it seems to me that humans decided what flowers are attractive and which ones are not unilaterally. We did not consult our insect friends when we decided what plants we should have in our gardens and which plants we should not have. And this has been a great disservice to butterflies, and in fact, this is a huge reason why lots of butterflies are losing their local habitats. It's because ignorant humans are getting rid of the plants that these butterflies have been laying their eggs on for generation after generation.